used to clear up the table in the tournament.
Yeah, it was fabulous because if we've forgotten now, I'm really interested to see if Vafaei can, he loves the big occasion, can he keep that under control and just concentrate on what needs to be done today rather than get carried away with it?
How can Hossein prevent himself from falling under the Ronnie spell today? Because that usually is worth a couple of frames in these matches, surely.
It can be, and you need to be a big occasion player. I think Hossein is that player, even though he's had not much experience in this department. But the way you counteract that is you get on the table and you start potting balls and you forget the fact there's another player. It's just about you. And that's what the great players can do. When you can dominate the table, it's just you at the table. It's a great feeling when you can get it going. And this week he's intimated that he can do that.
Yeah. Well, let's see, because 30 years after he turned up here, Big G actually was impressive, wasn't it, in that 1993 match? He's still going strong, he's still the world number one. And I guess the chat is, how much does he really want an eighth title? Was there a point in your career where you thought, when do we stop counting here?
When you get to this business end of a tournament, the big crowd, the trophies out there, that's when you switch on. And at the end of the day, you're almost trying to stop the others winning as much as winning it yourself, because you want to be the champion.
Okay, well, there's so much to look forward to. We've got Ken Doherty and we've got Sean
Persia, Hossein Vafaei. This has got all the hallmarks of an absolute classic. The best player we've ever seen
Please adjust your
against the
earpieces
best player of the
slightly, they're a
week
bit
so
loud.
far. Ken, I
Thank
think
you.
this is going to be a cracker.
Yeah, I think so. And what a wonderful atmosphere and reception for both players to this one table setup now. Takes on a complete new complexion, this arena. And a good start as well from Hossein. Confident. He's got another big shot on here. Great cueing. But this will take a good cueing as well. This black into a blind pocket. Well played. Good shot. Good start.
8.
Never easy those shots because you're going into other reds and sometimes just take your eye off the pot. But he's going to have to come up with another good pot here. Possibly red up into the yellow pocket. This is the start. More of this, please. He's obviously looking at this plant. The 2 balls just below the pink into this bottom right corner pocket. And there you see it. Looks pretty set. Yeah, pretty good. And the good thing about that, you just saw that top red of the bunch remains potable, and that will help him. He looks very composed, doesn't he, Sean? I mean, he looks very relaxed, very composed, very confident.
Yeah, and let's not forget, despite winning the shootout last year, this has got to be the biggest day of Hossein Vafaei's snooker career. The chance to get through to the final, playing his idol. He might have won a tournament already, but that would pale into insignificance against the chance of getting through to the final of this great championship. Just played that with a fraction too much check side, right hand side in that case, and the cue ball went a bit too close to his chosen red, the one nearest the black. And he can still pot it from there, but he's going to need the long rest. We know how difficult these shots are.
Yeah, it's just so hard to see the angle of the pot being so far away, and of course using the extended rest and the extension. Doesn't have to do much with the cue ball. No. So first mistake.
Hossein Vafaei.
Has he got cover on the blue? I think he has. He's got a bit lucky there. There's the view from the back of this wonderful Barbican Centre, packed out this afternoon. was close, I think. Maybe a softer pace and it may have gone in. He played it as he wasn't leaving anything. I say he wasn't leaving anything. You never can tell when Ronnie O'Sullivan is playing, for sure. Even Hossein Vafaei clapped in his chair when that red went in. Came right
Ronnie
across
O'Sullivan
that.
1.
Yeah, never easy off the cushion, particularly so early in such a big match. But that wasn't his best piece of cueing for sure. Hasn't left anything though, so no damage done.
Yeah, yesterday when he came through that match against Zhao Yulong, he was quite critical of himself, but the 2 frames that he won Ronnie O'Sullivan from 5-4 after being 4-1 ahead were quite inspirational, magical, mercurical.
Good shot that from O'Sullivan. Trying to trap Hossein on the angle of attack to these reds. That black's in the way of the normal path of the cue ball. To avoid it, he'll have to hit the reds pretty thin. And that brings in the risk of leaving one over the right-hand corner. Just has to be very careful here.
He's done well there. Purposely played the red through the gap between the pink and the reds. Ronnie playing a more aggressive safety shot, but he's left a possible pot here for Hossein into this bottom right corner pocket. A little bit dangerous because he cue ball maybe running into the black. He's taking it on. Well, very good. It was running into the black, but he got the pot. That was the important part of the equation. Now, is he on the green? The yellow passes the green. He could take the yellow as well.
Yellow ball.
Needs to avoid the blue. That little kiss just slightly gone awry, but he's still okay. You can still pot this red.
Hossein Vafaei 3.
Well, it wasn't easy, was it? It was difficult off the cushion. So first real chance for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
One. 7. 8.
This
15.
is where the great Ronnie O'Sullivan comes to life. Once he gets in around his black and how he can make situations that don't
16.
look possible to win or clear up. He develops reds with the greatest of ease.
23. 24.
Got a nice angle. He can drop for the 2 reds just to the right of the pink.
31. 32.
Sounded like a heavy contact, that. And because of that, the cue ball hasn't travelled far enough. He very rarely gets the cue ball clean, Ronnie O'Sullivan. No problem, left-handed. And he's got a nice angle here.
Yeah. 39. Can you please again turn down your earpieces because we can hear commentary? Thank you.
Yeah, some of the earpiece are up a little bit loud. Ronnie can hear the commentary. But he's got a nice angle here on this red. He can knock the other red out into play.
40.
Beautiful.
Good shot from O'Sullivan there, purposely playing past the blue.
46.
This is the most important shot of the break so far. Needs a good angle on the black to split those last 2 reds. Needs to be high
47.
on the black. Well, he's some distance short there from his intended position. Can he force this off the cushion with left-hand side and split the reds? Well, he couldn't. So 22 points ahead and an opportunity to get the first good safety shot in.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 54.
Yeah, decent break. But he'll be disappointed. He didn't get a better angle on that black and win the frame from that position. Couldn't really do much. Play a containing safety shot now. Kind of saying, get that cue ball back into the bulk area. And get a good cover on these reds here. Well, this looks pretty good. He's only using blue and pink, and if it holds up, it might be okay. Good shot, very clever. Very clever shot. Maybe a good opportunity here to get the cue ball up behind the yellow and maybe get cover once again. I think he can just about avoid the middle pocket. Ooh, maybe he couldn't. He tried.
Needs to be very careful with this safety, that the red he's playing doesn't knock the other red over the pocket. See, when you've got no colours safe, it may as well be a level game. The 22-point lead could evaporate in a heartbeat, so Ronnie needs to be careful here to keep Hossein away from a pot on the next red. Settle for that. I don't think he played it behind the yellow. I think he was trying to play down behind the brown, but it's a decent shot and he's got his opponent in big trouble here. Not sure what Hossein's looking at here. The obvious shot is between yellow and brown, off two cushions and just rest into the back of the red by the black. That's the traditional shot from this position. He's looking at something a bit more extravagant.
Foul, and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
Ronnie just checking the scores. 27 ahead and decided to have that back. Little bit surprised by that. It was a chance to pot that red and win this first frame, but I suppose he figures he's got his opponent snookered on both reds. Why push the boat out?
Yeah, and I think, you know, Ronnie would probably say, well, if he's going to play the same shot again, he's going to find it difficult to get that red safe if he plays the same escape.
A touch more towards me and a bit towards you. Yeah, perfect. Okay.
So that's where they were.
Okay, Ronnie, thank you.
Perfect. It's not easy to get this safe here, this red. Missed it on the other side this time. Too much side.
Ronnie
So now we'll go back again. I was with you, Sean. I mean, the obvious shot was off two cushions, maybe even play it hard and knock the red right at the black up back up the table, or even rest on it. That was the shot for me. But
Foul, and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan, 5.
Doesn't look like Ronnie's having it put back. Just this red for the first frame. It was close. Now where's that red going to finish? I think he's stuck it over the pocket. Now he wishes he'd had it replaced.
One.
well, he couldn't call for pink or black, which he would have loved to have done there, because it would have been straightforward getting onto the red. This is not straightforward from the green. Yeah, he couldn't get on the red, so he just took the points and going to play
4.
hopefully a telling safety shot.
Hossein Vafaei, 4.
Chance here for Hossein to clip off the right-hand side of this red, target in behind yellow and blue. Well, he chose a different shot, and has he got the cover? Ronnie must be able to get through to this red. That's a great shot. Not sure about that shot from Hossein, the previous visit to the table.
Yeah, wonderful. Positional shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan. We talk about fractions in this game, and that was just fractions
10.
for Hossein Vafaei. Just left enough of that red for Ronnie O'Sullivan to knock in.
13.
Another fraction to the left, and he would have had Ronnie in the snooker, but and Ronnie is going to take
17.
this opening dramatic and tense first frame.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 17. In the
Well,
frame.
no fireworks from either player to get the match started. Very understandable. It's such a big occasion for both players, but it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who strikes first and takes the first frame to lead Hossein Vafaei 1-0.
Thank you. Take your seats quickly, please. Take your seats. The second frame. Hossein Vafaei to break. As soon as you can, please. Where are you trying to get to?
Just a few people shuffling into the seats. He's got to be the last seat, isn't he? Yes, he comes in on one end and he's got to be the last seat on the other. There you go, well done. The biggest cheer so far today. Now, can Ronnie knock this long red in? Well played. Well played. Keeping concentration after all that. Beautifully cued.
Eight. 9. 16. 17.
Now can Ronnie get on the red? Closest to the black in a way he can pot it and split the reds, or will he play into the bunch now? Yeah, and he's played that well, just leaving the cue ball underneath the red. So in potting this, he can graze into the
24.
pack. Maybe nudge a few more out.
25.
Just nudged one out. There are 5 loose reds now, but they're all in each other's way really, apart from the 2 on the right-hand side. Trying to get through the gap with left-hand side. Great shot.
32.
That was lovely, wasn't it? He had to find the cue ball right through the gap of the 2 reds. You always get a bit excited when Ronnie O'Sullivan starts out with 4 reds, 4 blacks. Will he stay on the black, or will he hold for the pink? Doesn't look like a wonderful angle that he's got on the black this time. That's the force at round off. 2 cushions now. How's your look? Oh, that looks pretty good indeed. Very,
40.
very good.
$41.
Well, I've seen enough to know that O'Sullivan's thinking about the 147 here. 6 reds, 6 blacks.
48.
And be very aware of the prize that WST have put on offer for any players making 2 147s in any of the Triple Crown events. It's £147,000, but you do have to make 2, and they have to be in one of the Triple Crown events. And there's 3 editions of that prize. So a possible £441,000. How's the split? I think that red has just spoilt things to the right middle.
56.
Can he pot this red and find a way to the black? No, he couldn't.
57.
Unlucky with the split, has to be said. They split really, really well, and that red just ruined things.
Yeah, he just didn't get on
62.
the red that he could have got back on the black. So making sure of the frame, which is a good sign. Well, he'd be disappointed he didn't
63.
have a chance really to get back on the black, but his first priority obviously to win the frame.
71.
Just such a good break, isn't it? He's in free flow now.
Yeah, and it's happened so quickly.
77.
No one's realised the frame's over.
78.
Great start from the Rocket. Started this match off in the same vein as he finished his quarter-final off yesterday. And he said himself pre-match that he couldn't afford to go missing like he did yesterday. I thought Hossein would have the beating of him if he did that.
84.
Well, he looks sharp, doesn't he? He looks like he wants that record-extending 8th title.
$91. 92.
He's made 1,227 career centuries.
99.
Make that 1,228 career centuries for Ronnie O'Sullivan. Quite incredible. The greatest break builder our game has ever witnessed.
107.
Needs to slow up the cue ball. Needs to slow up.
113.
Possible 140 break. Oh, is it reached? Blow it in, blow it in, blow it in. It hasn't reached, but he'll be better. What a magnificent break of 113 from the 7-time UK champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan. He leads 2-0.
Thank you. Take your seats quickly now. Thank you. The third frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Almost carbon copy of Ronnie's first break in frame 1. Leaves Hossein a similar long red to the one they've both potted at the start of both frames so far. Problem for Hossein now is that he's fully aware of the form that Ronnie's in, so the fear factor of what happens if I miss this red now looming a bit larger in his rearview mirror.
1.
Oh, but that is an incredibly brave shot. Great shot. Not wanting to take a backward step here.
1.
Could have easily played safe there, but no thought of it.
Eight. 9.
I think if Hossein is going to have any impact on this match, he's got to
16.
lay down some sort of marker to his opponent. Now is a good time, particularly after that wonderful century from Ronnie. He's got to score from positions like this
17.
and just say, if you give me the chance, I'm going to do the same. He has to send out that signal. And now is a good time to do it.
One moment, Hossein, please.
Yeah, pink spot not available, and neither are any others. So the pink respotted in behind the cluster in a direct line with the other spots up the middle of the table, but not touching that red.
24. $31.
Wouldn't be a bad idea if he's got an angle to play for blue here. Go into the pack from the blue. Make sure he's got a good
32.
angle though. It's too straight, so he may have to play for this loose red. Once again, could play for black, but I think blue may be his choice.
37.
And this time it's imperative that he gets a better angle, playing it left-handed. Good shot.
38.
Now how's the angle? It's not too bad. It's a little bit better. Could have been a little bit further down the table, but he has the power. Able to go into the pack. He's got to hit that red full ball. How's your luck? Needs a bit of luck. Oh, he hasn't got it.
43.
Yeah, he wasn't quite far enough up the table. Had to hit this with a lot of backspin, and that spin just took the cue ball away from the apex red. Skimmed off it rather than ploughing into it. It's got options here. One to left middle, one to right middle, but neither of them very appetising. You feel like if you go for this one and miss it, you're leaving the game. So, biggest shot of the match so far for Hossein coming up. Well played. Fully committed. Top marks for commitment, bravery.
That was a wonderful shot, wasn't it? It really was. As you said, Sean, I mean, if he doesn't commit to that, he misses it. The way he played it, he knew he was leaving Ronnie in. Such a brave shot, particularly from 2-0 down.
50. $51.
Just gone fractionally too far up the table here. He's going to really have to bite into this cue ball to hold. Yeah, he was able to do it.
$56.
Doesn't really want to play this red by the pink and mess around with cannons. This could go wrong.
57.
Well, it's a little bit more difficult than it ought to be. That red next to the black's just in his eye line, slightly hampering his bridge. But no problem. 63 ahead now.
Yeah. Okay.
75 remaining. Just asking referee Tatiana Wollaston to respot that pink. Does that mean he can't get through? It's very tight, isn't it? Doesn't think he can pot it, so it's red with the rest. And he needs a colour. Where does that come from? Well, it's a good pot, but he's knocked the pink to the cushion.
64.
Just at the wrong time, it started to unravel here. He's right at the line in this third frame. It's a big blue. Well played. Well played, Hossein Vafaei. No hesitation on this either. Didn't even consider playing
69.
safe. Excellent response from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, and shown great character in the process. As I said, he needs to win frames from one visit to put any sort of pressure under his opponent and send that signal out and for his own confidence as well. And he's shown that throughout this whole break. It's been great response.
76.
We were expecting a cracker of a match. These two players are certainly delivering that already. Another century
83.
beckons here.
84. $91.
Hossein Vafaei has made 112 career
92.
centuries. He made 24 last season. He's already made 25 this season. I think most of those have been this week. He's been in flying form. And what a way to win the first frame
99.
of the biggest match of your life.
100. $107. 109.
All the shots are coming out now.
112. Hossein Vafaei,
Well, seemed like you're too bothered about that
112.
brown. He needed a response, and what a response. A great break of 112 gives Hossein Vafaei his first frame on the board. He trails Ronnie O'Sullivan 2 frames to 1.
Please clear the stairs, take your seat as soon as possible. The fourth frame, Hossein Vafaei to break.
So Hossein Vafaei breaks off in this fourth frame, last frame before the mid-session interval. A little grimace from Ronnie O'Sullivan as he comes around to have a look. Is he on this red into the right corner? Has he left it? Has he got cover with the green? I don't think so. I think the red is on. Lots of oohs and ahs already in the crowd. Can't beat it. Great atmosphere in here today. Blue was going close.
Fabulous. Look at the arena there. And it goes from 2 tables to 1. It's one of the best arenas in the world that we play in. And the red's no, just came away from the cushion. That was a chance with the blue waiting over the pocket. He'd have fancied getting that one. He played it as a shot to nothing. That red was the only one he could have left. Or has he left the one at the top of the pack? Can Ronnie get through to it? It's a mistake if he can. Well, he could. That was a mistake from Hossein Vafaei. Can Ronnie get through to the blue? Don't think so. Now I'm just wondering, is there room for Ronnie to punch this yellow in? Will he go cushion first in off the blue to create more angle? Not sure which one he tried. He's missed it anyway. Now has he got away with
Ronnie
it?
O'Sullivan, 1.
Where's the cue ball? Not sure if Hossein can get through to that red by the black. They're both coming round to have a look at it. Bit of a wry smile on both their faces.
Yeah, if you were to tempt it, he had to play with a lot of right hand side, but he just doesn't have enough of that red next to the black, so just a safety. That's the great thing about snooker, isn't it? We've just had 2 marvellous breaks from both players. 113 second frame from Ronnie, 112 from Hossein. And then we've had
Earpieces, please, once again, turn them down.
a couple of misses from
Thank
them
you.
straight away in the next frame. Just got to be a little bit careful with this safety shot here. If he's getting the cue ball back to bulk. Doesn't want to knock this red over this corner pocket. He has done. Now can Ronnie pot this and find the path back to that blue? Well, maybe decided he couldn't, so refused the pot.
Ronnie will play the red that's 3 to the right of the black here. Hit that red onto the red and black and free the black. Create a bit of threat. Yeah, get the black in play. That black's come off the 2 cushions and back into the cluster, but it's better there than covered by reds on its spot. Very close to covering Hossein on all reds here. That's very tight to the edge of that red. Needs to catch this very thin, otherwise the corner pocket's in play. Not that thin.
Ronnie O'Sullivan 4.
Ronnie groan in disappointment there as he hit that red all wrong. He had to get somewhere near the pot to find the gap to thread the cue ball home and missed the red by so far. He's left the cue ball down at this end. So we saw what form Hossein was in the previous frame with that great break of 112. This is a bit more of a difficult chance, but a chance nonetheless.
There's one loose red at the back of the bunch, just on its own, and he's on that nicely.
6.
It's not going to be straightforward, this break.
7.
Gets an angle on this blue. Could try and develop a few reds, but it's very, very straight.
I'm just wondering, you can see from that great camera angle, he can pop the blue with top spin, send the cue ball onto the side cushion and into that cluster of reds between black and yellow. They'd be quite attackable from that angle. The yellow in the way for the direct cannon. He was looking to see if one of the 2 reds to the right of the black was possible as well, but he might decide to smash into them. Yeah, here he comes. How's his luck? What's he on? He's been very unfortunate there.
12.
Gave that everything.
Touching ball.
Yeah, here's it again, and lots of top spin. A little bit of left-hand side. Very unfortunate he's not on a red there. But it is a touching ball, so you can play off 2 cushions and try and nestle right up behind the green here. This is all about pace, touch.
Touching, yes.
He's going to try and come off side cushion, ball cushion, and try and nestle right up behind that green.
Hossein Vafaei 12.
Not hard enough.
Well, that red was always cannoning into the next 2 and was always going to send that red over the pocket. Another chance for Hossein. Might be the biggest mistake of the match so far from Hossein Vafaei. Threw all his eggs into one basket there. Had to get it.
One.
Oh, this will be interesting. The black spot looks like it's covered. Pink spot's covered. Highest available for the black will be the green spot. Straightforward here for Ronnie.
Yeah, of course. Eight.
Yeah, it's a strange configuration now with the black up there on the green spot. I'm not sure if it passes the green into the green pocket. Yellow's going to be next. That in turn
9.
clears the pink spot. So if he does get the black within a few shots, it'll go back down to the pink spot. Well, it's very tight, isn't it? Oh, but that's a surprise
Ronnie
miss
O'Sullivan.
on the
9.
yellow. Didn't see that coming.
One.
Yeah, this happened against Zhou Yulong in his previous match. He started off 3-0 up, 4-1 up, and then all of a sudden just started to miss a few relatively easy shots for Ronnie O'Sullivan you don't normally see. Just a couple now, it's just crept in, just out of the blue.
7. 8. 12. 13.
This frame for Hossein Vafaei is probably just as important as the previous one. If he can capitalise from the error of his opponent and really give him a wonderful lift going into the mid-session interval. He has to show strength here. He did in the last frame.
19.
Yeah, the problem he's going to run into
20.
here, though, the next 3 reds and pinks are fairly straightforward, the ones in the open. But if he does that, by the time he gets there, he'll need at least one of the reds on the cushion with another pink. That'll be a bit harder to pot along the cushion and get out for that pink, so
26.
not a done deal just yet. Well, especially now having gone
27.
through there, but that's worked out really well. Not sure that's how he played it, but he'll take it. And I think on that previous red, he just grazed
33.
ever so slightly that red nearest the corner into a slightly easier position, and that changes the whole complexion of this frame.
34.
Oh, This is pretty tight, being
40.
on this red. And just about.
$41.
Good shot. So, pink put him 45 in the lead. One more red will be enough. So, whoa, too much side. Too much side. End of break. Oh, what a mistake.
47.
What a mistake.
Touch and ball.
That is adrenaline right there. He's had a result really, touching ball, which means he can just play the cue ball up in that big target. Green, yellow, black.
Yeah, I mean, if he can see the brown, he has to play safe off it, but he can't. Maybe try and mess the table up a bit here.
Hossein Vafaei, 47.
Well, no, he's played in behind the colours. I thought he might have hit that a bit harder and just tried to, by luck more than anything, put the colour on a cushion. This frame's still well alive. 45 behind Ronnie O'Sullivan. Plenty of points to play with.
Will he take this red on? He's got a straightforward safety shot. Well, it's worth taking on. He certainly will take it on, and what a pot right in the middle of the pocket for Hossein Vafaei. Excellent cueing once again. Pink puts him 52 in the lead, only 43 remaining, so be interesting to see if Ronnie will come back to the table. The balls are in good positions for snookers, so he may come back, but he may not bother.
Hossein Vafaei, 7.
No.
And the frame.
He's going to concede, Ronnie O'Sullivan. So, yes, the concession comes from the former champion. And Hossein from 2-0 down. He's back all square again. What a performance. 2-2.
settle down, take your seats, please. The 5th frame. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Thanks, Hazel. Yeah, we're looking forward to this. We've had the aperitif. Now we've got the main course. Excellently judged break-off from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Very strange configuration of reds. Pretty much every red move there. Don't see that very often. But it's been a good match so far. Both players in fine form. Neither one taking a backward step. We've had centuries from both. You can see the centuries there on the stats at the bottom of your screen. 113 in frame 2 from Ronnie O'Sullivan, followed by 112 in frame 3 from Hossein Vafaei. It's been great stuff. And the match is perfectly balanced, 2 frames apiece in what is now effectively a best of 7 for a place in the UK Championship final. Great shot. What a shot Ronnie O'Sullivan's pulled out there. I was just looking to push through the second red to leave it to the right corner. Didn't quite go far enough. Can still cut it in, but it's extremely difficult.
8.
He's got the red to the left middle pocket, but the black is really in the way for cueing at the cue ball, so this will need some attention.
Clean the white, yeah.
Just seen something on the cue ball he doesn't like, so well within his rights to have it cleaned. Gives him time to assess the table and work out his route.
An anxious look to see what the cue ball hold short of the baulk line. It has done. He's perfect on brown or yellow. Come back up for this red, maybe just right at the pack in the open.
11.
It was a quite an unusual break from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Got that cue ball tight on the ball cushion, as you said, moved a lot of reds in the break off.
20.
Forced a mistake. It wasn't a major mistake, it was just a half chance for that red, opening red that he got. And now he's got a wonderful chance here.
27. 28.
Straight away, leaving himself low on this black, and now just go into the reds, into that gap. Try and miss the red that's closest to the black, just missed that. Plenty of back spin. There's your look. Has he got a red in the centre? It's not fantastic. Could have been nicer. Missed the first red as he needed to do, but could have been a nicer split. Got a tricky red to left middle, right middle. No. It wasn't easy.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 35.
He was just having a look, saying, is he on this red into the right centre? It's very, very tight. But if not, he still has this red up into the yellow pocket. And he can play it without any real pressure. Screw back for the black. He's not going to be leaving anything. Only the red he's taken on. Ooh, it was close. Yeah, but he could. As I said, he wasn't really leaving anything. Should he have missed it?
We've got an invader on the pitch. To get your tickets like everyone else.
Slight advantage to Ronnie O'Sullivan in this little mini standoff. Saying a little bit wary of rolling into the reds here. Got to be careful he doesn't leave a possible pot into the left centre. It's a very delicate shot. That's what he's just concerned about. Is he having a look at? No, I thought maybe he's having a look. He's digging down to see can he get the cue ball back to the top cushion, but doesn't look like it. So delicate little roll up. But it was always possibility of leaving the red, and that's exactly what he's done. The look up to the ceiling will tell you that. A mistake from Hossein Vafaei. Straightforward opener. You would expect Ronnie to knock this in. Again. Wow.
Did that turn right, Ken, on its way to the pocket? I thought that looked like it was in. Just as he struck, it looks in there. It's always far edge. And then maybe, did it just deviate slightly? I'm not sure. Well, that didn't deviate. That was just a miss. Good old-fashioned miss. I think Hossein knew the significance of that red. That added to the pressure of the situation. And really, that should be 3-2. Had to get this. Went for it full-bloodedly. Yeah, he'll be slightly annoyed there, sat there in the chair, having got away with his poor safety before and missed that chance. He knows that all these shots should have been his.
And particularly when you saw Sullivan crouch down on the table, head bowed, when he missed the red, That's the
12.
type of body language that Hossein would have loved to have seen from his opponent, but didn't
30.
capitalise from it. You've got to capitalise at those situations. Now all of a sudden he's back up and he's running again.
Yeah, we just got to see a picture there of the grip of Ronnie O'Sullivan. The two players actually have a very similar technique, certainly in terms of their grip position. Fairly
21.
unconventionally, both of their index fingers are away from the cue, and it creates quite a gap between index finger and cue. See there, his index finger's away. It creates a bit of a gap at the bottom. I'm not saying that Hossein, having grown up watching O'Sullivan, has copied him, but it is exactly the same.
28.
Just this black for the frame. And as we get closer to the line here, Ken, it's going to be interesting to see how
37.
small, very, very small mistakes like that one from Hossein, how he deals with those. Because it is always the simple ones that get you. It's never the complicated shots. It's always the easy ones.
40. 41.
Yeah, nice little shot at developing that tight red. Yeah, just little misses like that annoy you as a player when you felt like you're given an opportunity. We took them in the last couple of frames, of course, but that was crucial.
47. $54.
No, he's not finished yet. And like all great champions, don't they just like to clear the table every time they come to it? He's the split on the red. Calling all pockets for
60.
this one. Is it there? Is it there? No, it's not there.
60.
He won't be bothered about that. Breaks of 35 and 60 off the mistake from Hossein Vafaei. Gives Ronnie O'Sullivan an advantage again. He extends his lead to 3 frames to 2. change of break-off for Hossein Vafaei. This time change of side. Just didn't feel he was getting the correct amount of side spin on the cue ball, breaking off on the yellow side of the brown, so he's made a switch. Bit of a head scratcher here at first glance. He can come between brown and green onto the side cushion and into the side of the pack, but that's about all he's got here. Bit pacey, is it? Bit pacey. It was, and I think he's got away with it. That was a bit of a mistake.
Really do much, only try and get as close to that ball cushion as possible. I'm sure Ronnie will try and swing the cue ball over the left hand side of the table, try and put Hossein in a position where he was a few moments ago. That's exactly what he's done. But unfortunately for Ronnie, he's left a possible pot here for Hossein. No, and I think he's going to leave it as well. The only red he could leave if he missed it, and it's left. Chance again now for Ronnie O'Sullivan.
And they're the shots that have been going in all week, aren't they? He's been scoring so well, he's been so dangerous from distance, and just letting him down at the wrong time.
Yeah, he hasn't missed many, has he? He's been so prolific at that particular type of shot.
1.
Let's have a look at it again. And it wasn't that close. If he got close to it, he may not have left it.
And these are the types of situations where O'Sullivan is normally deadly. Such a high percentage of winning frames in one visit from these types of scenarios. Moves the cue ball round better than anyone else.
Yeah, and he'll also get a slight sense of weakness from his opponent.
12.
He'll want to capitalise on. Missed chance in the last frame. He got away with it.
13.
One there, and now he wants to drive that advantage home. There's almost like a extra intensity with Ronnie O'Sullivan in this second part of this wonderful match.
Yeah, the old cliche, isn't it? When you go out there, you just get taught to play the balls. Don't get involved in your opponent, just play the game.
21.
But I really do think at the elite level, there's quite a lot of playing your man. And you're reading the opponent, tailoring your game around their body language, how they seem to be. You're right, Ronnie will be reading that Hossein perhaps
28.
hasn't resumed play quite the same as he started it.
29.
And he'll be looking to stand all over him.
Well, this could be the key shot. He wanted to be a little bit higher with the cue ball. He may be forced to go into the reds here. No, deciding to play for the loose one. He had a good opportunity to split some reds.
36.
Decided to start to pick the loose reds off first.
37.
Well, the only problem about that is he's only got one more loose red. And now he has to develop
44.
something after this, so it's imperative he gets a good angle on pink or black.
45.
Well, he didn't have the angle to stun into them as he would have wanted. Played a very unconventional
52.
shot on and off the side cushion into the reds. Didn't have the angle required. The red before was the mistake. Now, does one of these reds go to the right-hand middle pocket? I think the one nearest the pink squeezes past. We'll know if it's in before he does. No.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, 52.
Anxious look from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Can Hossein cut that red in? It's very, very thin. I think he can cut that in, Ken.
Well, he's coming out to have a look at the angle, but ooh. I think it may be just too far down the table to attempt it. Well, let's have another look. Maybe. I'll be careful of the in off. No. This cue ball is going very close to this corner pocket, though. Ooh. That's pretty good. I'm settled for that. Yeah, just go back to that a couple of shots ago from Ronnie O'Sullivan when he didn't decide. He had a wonderful angle on the black shot. He didn't decide to go into the pack. Instead, it played for the couple of loose reds. It was like you'd expect him to go into the pack. Normally he'd be that aggressive, like into the pack as soon as he can, but it hasn't worked out in his favour.
Yeah, it's very hard to criticise the best break builder of all time, isn't it? I think he knows best, but it didn't work. But he's in a very commanding position here in frame 6. Hossein looking to see if he plays safe up to the balk end of the table. Is that red close to the middle pocket potable? I know it looks it on the screens, but that angle of attack into there is very acute. You'd have to be right behind the red to pot it. Ronnie having more than a passing glance at this red. The red does pot, but it's almost unpottable from there. You'd have to be right behind it to just drop it in. He's looking at this long red. His long game's been great this week. 74% for the tournament. Was the cue ball in? Well, if he did go for it, he hit the wrong side of it. Maybe he didn't go for it.
He does want to plant this red over the pocket. He's okay. Ronnie can't cut that red in. Needs to miss the brown. He has a little clip on the brown. Has just left this cue ball. There's a nice sort of angle now to take this red on, but there's a lot of pressure on this shot. If he misses it, it will be frame over. Big shot this. Ah, well played, Hossein Vafaei. What a shot. Once again, fully committed to it. Beautifully stroked in. Yeah, that's good. Now, what a chance. Only one safe red. That's the one just past the left middle as we have a look at this opening pot. What a beautiful shot it was.
Nine.
Came to the table 52 points behind, but that lead will soon evaporate. And the question is about that red. That's the only safe red on the table, and it's going to be the pivotal ball in this frame.
Yeah, when he chooses to lift that red off the cushion at some stage in this break, he has to do it with at least one more red on the table, so that if he plays to move it and misses it, he's on a secondary red. If he leaves that red till last, the chances of that going right are very slim.
15. $21.
You can just see a slight hesitancy in Hossein's game just beginning to creep in. It's completely natural. It's the biggest match of his life, but it's a hesitancy that hasn't been there all week. And look, he's missed an absolute sitter. Got down to the red, got up, didn't like it, wants to throw his cue at his chair, resists. He'll be absolutely livid with himself.
One.
What a mistake from Hossein Vafaei.
I couldn't see this coming at all. I mean, okay, he's slightly hampered. But he used a little bit of right-hand side. He can hardly watch. He's sat in his chair. He could hardly look at what's happening at the table. He knows that was a massive chance to go level once again.
14.
It's going to cost him the frame.
15. $22. 23.
So Ronnie misses the cannon on the red, but he's done the damage already. 61 points ahead. Hossein won't be coming back to the table. I'm sure Tatiana will get the nod. She does. He can still can't bear to look at the table. Another chance missed. Ronnie moves into a 2-frame lead. He's 4-2 up now.
Take your seats, please. Frame 7. Ronnie O'Sullivan to break.
Alarm bells going off for Hossein Vafaei now. First time this week he's found himself in this level of trouble. Been pushed right against the wall by O'Sullivan. It has to be said, Hossein's had chances. That misread in the previous frame. If he goes on to lose this match, he'll have nightmares about that shot for days and days.
One.
What a shot that is. Goodness me. Absolutely perfectly cued.
Hossein Vafaei. 1.
And it's one of those, Ken, isn't it? When you pot a red like that, it makes the red he missed in the previous frame even more inexplicable.
No, that's the funny thing about our beautiful sport. You could, under different circumstances, you know, you pot anything and miss anything at the same time.
1.
Another great opening red from Ronnie O'Sullivan. This time, unlike Hossein's black, what he could have taken on, this is a better angle. He's got to go into the 2 reds just above the black. Ooh, just wiggled in, but what a shot. He's moved the red away from the black spot. Black will go on its spot, and
8.
that's opened things up lovely.
9.
We always say, don't we, that, you know, when there is an interval after 4 frames, it
16.
sometimes can just completely change the dynamics of a match. Sullivan started off
70.
like a train. Hossein came back at him. Momentum had swung in Hossein's favour. The interval comes, and Hossein is almost like a different player since the interval.
Yeah, and he hasn't had a 30 break since the resumption. 30, 47 and 112 in the first 4 frames, but since frame 5 it's been all O'Sullivan.
Sullivan's body language, even around the table, is better.
25.
Moving. A couple of times in those frames that he's lost, the head went down a little bit, but that's already forgotten about. That wasn't the best shot, but he's okay. He's still got a red
32.
into the left centre. No, he's missed that. Now,
Ronnie O'Sullivan. 32.
another chance for Hossein.
One.
Okay, Hossein, you've been the best player of the week so far to this point, but you need to do it now. This is the moment.
Six. Seven.
Just gone a fraction too far with the cue ball there. He wanted to be able to pop this red and play through for the black. Don't think he can do that now.
$14.
Can't quite reach it with his normal cue, so just adding the extension to it. On and off the cushion, maybe a touch of left-hand side. Trying to get low on the black, hasn't managed to do that. Not quite got that cue ball under the same control he's had all week. Can he get to that red that's slightly detached from that little bunch to pot it in the middle pocket? Goes clearly to the green pocket.
$28. $29.
Lovely shot. And a perfect angle on the black now to play the little cannon to the 4.
Yeah, that was a wonderful shot. Nice little opening of the reds here. That's perfect. Well played.
36.
There's 5 points into the lead, and that's crucial because the 4 loose reds with high value colours would be enough to leave Ronnie needing the snooker before he gets to maybe that red that's close to the left centre pocket. Oh no.
Hossein Vafaei, 37.
Well, Hossein.
And that's what Stephen Hendry was saying between frames in the studio. Everyone can do it through the week, but not everybody can do it when it matters the most.
One.
Just didn't see it coming, to be honest. Well, he didn't either. It was straightforward, black orbit spot, just playing for one of those 2 loose reds around the pink. Just, I don't know whether it's pressure, concentration, maybe the occasion, as you say, Sean, just getting to him slightly. I mean, he still looks calm, but the body language now is not good.
3.
He's got a nice angle. He can pot this red, develop the other red.
4.
He tried to, but knocked it into a even safer position. But he's going to need that red. This is not good. I really wanted to be playing for the pink off this red
11.
into the left corner pocket. Would have been a natural angle from the pink from the right hand side of the table. So a bit of work to do for Ronnie here. Well, hold on a minute.
12.
Have a look at this for a shot. Have a look at this for a shot. Shot of the match so far. Absolutely fantastic. What a shot that was.
Yeah, and that shot will have been like a knife through the heart to Hossein Vafaei.
17.
Would have been pinning all his hopes on that red being on that cushion.
18.
What a shot from Ronnie O'Sullivan. Perfectly played on the blue to leave the correct angle on the yellow to get up for the green. Strange configuration of colours here. You won't see this very often. Needs the
25.
green and brown for the steal.
28.
And he will be rowing in his chair, saying, I lost these 3 frames. And he could have won all 3 of them, but it's Ronnie that's going to win them. I'm going to go 5-2 ahead, 1 frame
37.
from a place in another UK final.
43.
Not the biggest break of the match by far by any stretch, but certainly the most important. Hossein Vafaei should have had that frame 1. He didn't. And Ronnie O'Sullivan steps up to the mark. He leads 5 frames to 2 and needs just 1 more.
Thank you. Frame 8. Hossein Vafaei to break. Thank you. Shh.
This time, Hossein has not got cover on the red from the break-off. O'Sullivan completely zoned in there. Little nudge off the middle pocket, no. Stayed so still on that shot. Oh, this is, oh, tried to go off 2 cushions into the pack, just didn't have the angle.
6.
Just coming around to see if there's any possibility of a plant into this bottom left corner pocket. If he wants to play off that, doesn't look like. He's got to be careful he doesn't knock a red towards his left corner.
Yeah, I've got a feeling there's a plant above the black into the right corner that he didn't see. I think he saw it after he potted the blue. He came and looked at it with a slight wry smile on his face, as if to say, oh, I hadn't
Ronnie
seen
O'Sullivan,
that.
6.
Played the split shot, but the plant was waiting for him. But a very good safety shot, as ever. If Hossein plays this safety off the red to the right of the pack, he has to get this super thin. Doesn't want to hit the blue. Well played.
Let's have a look down the line here. Can Ronnie just get an edge just right at his pink? Just a slight edge. Very, very good. But he may have left a gap. There may be a gap through the two reds for this red into this corner pocket. Yeah, that's better. Good plot. Cue ball needs to slow up.
1. Well,
it doesn't get better than this, Sean. Red's all open. Black is available into both corner pockets. Pink is available.
4.
Yeah, this is now a challenge of the mind for Hossein Vafaei. It's not about technique now. It's not about choosing which shot to play. He's on autopilot. This is about courage and what's left in the tank on the biggest day of his snooker career. Playing to get to the final of the UK Championship.
10.
Got the battle for the Masters. If he wins today, he'll be in. Going on in the background.
11.
This is going to tell us how much fight is left in the tank.
That was a good recovery.
18.
He produced the goods
19.
when he had to against Landa Zhang in the quarterfinals. Produced 2 wonderful breaks. Oh,
Hossein
but
Vafaei.
that's just pressure.
19.
Pressure, occasion, everything, belief. And I feel sorry for him a little bit because he's such a nice fella, such a great player. But it's just today it's just got to him a little bit, I feel.
Yeah, he was just trying to rest the cue ball on this back cushion. He was in a real hole there. Ronnie can pot the red. That's 2 to the left of the pink into the yellow pocket. He'd love to be able to pot a red and leave the cue ball somewhere safe should he miss it. Got the black dripping over the pocket if he does pot one. He's looking at potting this red to the yellow pocket and screwing the cue ball to the side cushion for safety should he miss it. And he has missed it.
He's missed it, but he's left this red into the left centre, and this is tough. It was so tough, he didn't want to take it on. I don't blame him. But has he left this red into the left centre for Ronnie O'Sullivan? I think he has. Needed that cue ball tight on the ball cushion behind the brown. Yeah.
1.
Yeah, it was a poor safety from Hossein Vafaei to even leave Ronnie a sniff at that red to the middle pocket. One good shot here. This could be the end. But that cannon hasn't gone right at all. Does anything pot to this right-hand corner pocket?
6. Ronnie O'Sullivan 6.
Well, a reprieve for Hossein Vafaei, but he's still in a lot of trouble here. Good safety from O'Sullivan, blocking out the reds under the pink and the escape back to baulk.
Every time Ronnie's had to play a telling safety shot, he's come up with the goods. He's kept the pressure under his opponent. It's imperative he got the block from the green, in which he has done perfectly. That's the wonderful view, and you could hear a pin drop in this magnificent Barbican Centre here in the beautiful city of York. This is tough. Avoid the double kiss. Has he avoided the double kiss? No, no. Has he left one into the right corner? Ronnie gets down, has a quick look. It must be pretty tight. Is he on it? Maybe on the bottom one of those 3 reds. Yeah, it's in.
1.
Well, it's out of his hands now as he played his shot, last shot of this year's Mr. Q UK Championship. It's been an incredible run to this point. Hossein's dreams of getting to the final here and qualifying for the Masters hang by a thread, completely out of his hands.
Nine.
That was very nicely
40.
played. Lots of left-hand side. Create widened angle
15.
off the left-hand side cushion, and now Ronnie right in amongst them. No developing any reds. All in there, the album. Quick glance at the score. 15
22.
points in the lead.
23.
These 4 open reds around the black spot will be enough for high value colours.
30. 31.
He'd be disappointed, Hossein. He put it up to Ronnie when he came back from 2-0 down. The level at 2-all. Since the interval, he's had his chances, just
38.
couldn't capitalise. But he will be back, there's no doubt. He's such a talented player, gifted snooker player.
39.
He will be back. .39 ahead.
46.
Screwing up for the blue.
47.
Blue will be enough, and he's got a nice angle just to drop down for the red beneath the pink. So Ronnie is going to be in his 9th UK Championship
53.
final. He's won it 7 times. He's only been beaten once in a final. That was to Mark Selby. He's played brilliant in patches. He's missed a few. He'll be disappointed
59.
with a few of those, no doubt. He's such a perfectionist that he is.
60.
But by and large, he's such a wonderful match player, as well as the most talented player the game has ever seen.
$63.
You'd have to feel sorry a little bit
65.
for Hossein, Sean, because he's played so well all week.
Yeah, he's been the player of the week to this point, played the best snooker of anyone.
68.
Had a great run. Enjoyed his time in York. And for a moment, looked like he was going to get the necessary points, not just to get to the final, but get to the Masters as well. And that'll hurt. No question about it. But he'll learn a lot about himself after today's match. And like you say,
77.
he will come back stronger.
$83.
The wonderful 90 break for the 7-time UK champion. He's into another final. He beats Hossein Vafaei. A nice embrace, a nice handshake. But it's Ronnie O'Sullivan who prevails. He'll be in tomorrow's final. He beats Hossein Vafaei by 6 frames to 2.